Welcome back to Marathon Music Works as we get set for a light heavyweight division battle. Here comes Isaac Fine from Sevierville, Tennessee, fighting out of the Fit Factory Club. He'll get set to tangle with Malcolm Megatron Hardmon from Auburn, Alabama, and Auburn MMA. Got a couple of very talented fighters, Rick McCracken. Fine comes in at 7-3.
I'll tell you what, Isaac is huge. He cuts down from 245 pounds. He trains at a great gym, Fit Factory. His coach is Dean Click over there. He's got a black belt coach. Monster on the ground. Dave the Nest. Man, this guy's great. He's going to bring it all the way in the cage.
Cut down from 245. How much will that be a factor?
Well, we'll see. Sometimes that can affect your cardio. Sometimes it can help you if you're in a close fight where size and strength are the factor.
Last fight for him was in October of last year. He fought in North Carolina. Trains with plenty of top fighters such as his brother Jake Fine, Pro Craig Johnson, and Anthony Morgan. Isaac Fine making his way inside the cage. That is one big man. Again, fighting out of Fit Factory in Sevierville, Tennessee. Speaking of big, well, he's 6'5", so is his opponent. As we get set to welcome Malcolm Megatron Hardmon from Auburn, Alabama. Was a top recruited tight end out of high school, but he broke his back his senior year, and he decided to get into MMA. Cross-trains with Eric Anders, the former Alabama linebacker, professional fighter, and here he comes, Malcolm Megatron Hardmon.
Tell you what, Malcolm brings it. He's another huge 205-pound fighter. You know, broke his back and decides to fight MMA. This guy's tough, as you can tell. Yes, he trains with Eric Anders, and he's going to come in. He trains up at Auburn MMA. His coach is Keith Johnson. Keith definitely can train some fighters. He's a very talented coach, so we know this is going to be a great fight, and you know Malcolm is going to be prepared.
Last fight he won by KO in less than a minute, so he has that potential to knock you out right away. Started training in 2008, but didn't go full MMA until a couple of years ago in 2011. Now let's take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by Saatchi Clothing. First of all, Isaac Fine from Sevierville, 27 years of age, 206 when he tipped the scales officially against 6'5" and a freestyle fighter. Malcolm Megatron Hardmon, just 22 years of age, 5 years the junior of his opponent, 205 pounds, 6'5", and a Muay Thai fighter. The battle of Tennessee versus Alabama. Isaac Fine and Malcolm Hardmon get set to get it on. Let's go to Michael Kelly, get the formal introduction.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by Saatchi. And it's set for 3 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white trunks with black trim. At 6'5", he weighed in at 206 pounds. A freestyle fighter with an MMA record of 7 wins and 3 losses. Representing Fit Factory and fighting out of Sevierville, Tennessee, Isaac Toronto Fine. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks with the white trim. At 6'5", he weighed in at 205 pounds. A Muay Thai fighter with a perfect MMA record of 4 wins and no losses. Representing Auburn MMA and fighting out of Auburn, Alabama, Malcolm Megatron Hardmon.
Thank you very much, Michael Kelly. The third giant man inside the cage is our referee, Jason Wilkerson.
All right, you were both at the rules meeting. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions at all? All right, let's do this.
Isaac Toronto Fine, Malcolm Megatron Hardmon. Can Fine deliver Hardman's first blemish? He is a perfect 4-0. 3 3-minute rounds is what it's scheduled for. Will it go the distance? That's the question. Round 1, here we go.
2 huge men, tall, a lot of reach. I can't wait to see this. I want to see some punches and some kicks. That is exactly what Marcus is looking to do. He's going to throw some knees over there in the corner.
each with a couple of knees. Not a lot of pop behind that. And looks like Fine was trying to bring it down to the ground. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is.
Great takedown by Isaac.
Big takedown.
Cage shook on that one, Greg. I thought they were coming through.
That was well over 400 pounds banging into the side of that cage. But that's what it looked like. Fine was trying in the early moments to take down Hardmon. I think Hardmon wanted to keep it up.
Absolutely. And as you can tell right now, Hardmon's ground game isn't up to par. As you can see, he's just kind of flaying around. He's got some strength. You can tell how strong he was.
Look at that.
He had a great, but he could be in an arm bar right now, which is worse than he was.
Strength is not a problem for either one of these fighters. Endurance, we'll have to wait and see if this goes longer than one round.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Fine would like to end it right now.
Oh, he's got a triangle on him. It's over.
It's over!
What a triangle by Isaac Fine.
My gosh. I saw the tap out there, but I saw how deep it was. So you talk about skills on the ground. Wow.
Absolutely. Isaac did not want to be standing with Marcus, so you saw him wait patiently and just take it down and work his jiu-jitsu.
So Hardmon absorbs his first loss, goes to 4-1, and he's a Muay Thai specialist. Fine at 7-3. Who's beating this guy? I want to know.
Yeah, well, Marcus looked really timid up there. He didn't throw any punches or kicks and just got taken down right away. So I'll tell you what,
Malcolm,
Isaac had a great plan coming in.
All right, Rick, make your way inside the cage. We'll get a few words with our winner, Isaac Fine, and he did it in quick style to improve to 8-3. So Tennessee defeats Alabama in this battle. Let's get the official time with Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage at Marathon Music Works, we present the official time of 1 minute and 8 seconds in round number 1. Referee Jason Wilkerson calls a halt to the bout due to tap out via triangle choke, declaring your winner, Isaac Toronto Fine.
Toronto, Isaac Fine with the victory, and he does it in impressive fashion. And now Rick McCracken will make his way to the big guy and get a few words with our victor.
Isaac Fine, great game plan coming in there, man. You waited patiently, didn't let him get any strikes off, took him right down and started working your game.
Gene came up with a great game plan. I just went out and executed it, just like I said I would.
Gene Click, great coach. You had that triangle in there super deep. Did you think he was getting out at any chance?
Absolutely not.
Great job, great job. Is there anything else you want to say?
Thank you to my sponsors, U.S. Freedom Fighter Clothing and Impact Custom Mouth Guards.
Absolutely. Everybody give it up. Your winner, Isaac Fine.
Thank you, Rick. Keep an eye on that guy, folks. That triangle was deep, and it was quick, and it was over. Isaac Fine, the winner in that light heavyweight division battle against Malcolm Hardmon. We'll take a timeout and come back with more exciting action from Marathon Music Works. You're watching V3 Fights.
Back down.
We welcome you back to the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, and Marathon Music Works. And here comes a popular fighter from Nashville, Charlie C4 Alexander, fighting out of Nashville MMA as we get set for this lightweight division battle with Mark Main Event Jones from Huntsville, Alabama, and American Jiu-Jitsu. Charlie C4 Alexander, Rick McCracken, 6-2 for his career.
Charlie Alexander, explosive fighter from Sean Hammond School, Nashville MMA. He's played football his whole life, so he's definitely a competitor and an athlete. He's got good stand-up, he's got good ground, so he's going to come in here and try to dominate Mr. Jones.
Winner of this fight could be a #1 contender, so a very important fight between these two. Alexander says he's the best 155er in the state. Well, to make that point, he needs to make this step tonight against Mark Main Event Jones. And he's just 22 years of age as his opponent. His opponent is. So two very young fighters who will get even better.
Absolutely. You start young like that and you keep progressing as the years go on.
You can hear the crowd behind this young man, Charlie C4 Alexander, inside the cage. Loosening up just a bit. Working a little sweat in there as he gets ready for this battle tonight here on V3 Fights. We lower the lights here at Marathon Music Works. We change up the music. Mr. DJ, play us a different tune. because here comes Alexander's opponent. Mark Main Event Jones. Rick, you nicknamed yourself Main Event. You better come with it.
You better bring it. This guy's tough. He is absolutely tough. He's got a very interesting style. It's karate. He's going to throw some karate. He's a Kempo and karate guy. He's been training forever. He's also a nutrition specialist, so he comes in shape.
No doubt. Good striker. Great kicks. He's in the karate, as you mentioned. Uses that discipline, but has also gotten better in all the other disciplines. Well-rounded fighter. Trains with Pete Pirtle. Mark Main Event Jones from Huntsville, Alabama. So Alexander Jones, let's take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by Throat Punch IND. Alexander and his opponent Jones, both 22. Alexander at 154, 155 for Jones. He's a little shorter, Alexander, than his opponent, just 5'7", and a freestyle fighter. Meanwhile, Jones at 6 feet even and a jiu-jitsu specialist. Again, it's Tennessee versus Alabama here in Nashville. Alexander and Jones. Right there you see the main event, getting ready to walk up the steps, and there he goes inside the cage, and he has some nice support. You can hear the crowd in the background for him. So I don't know if it's evenly distributed, but certainly the backing for Jones and the backing for Alexander. Now let's get the introduction of the two fighters with our own Michael Kelly.
Legion. This bout is brought to you by Throat Punch Industries, and it's set for 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the blue trunks with the black trim. At 5 feet 7 inches, he weighed in at 154 pounds. A freestyle fighter with an MMA record of 6 wins and 2 losses. Representing Nashville MMA and fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee, Charlie C4 Alexander. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks with the yellow trim. At 6 feet even, he weighed in at 155 pounds. A karate and Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter with an MMA record of 7 wins and 3 losses. Representing American Jiu-Jitsu and fighting out of Huntsville, Alabama, Mark Main Event Jones.
Thank you very much, Michael Kelly. Great introduction. And now, with the formal instructions, Jason Wilkerson, our referee.
Okay. Blue, we're in the fighters meeting. Red, we're in the fighters meeting. Do you have any questions? Obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Let's do this.
Short and sweet. All right, Rick, what do you expect?
Well, you're going to look for Mark Jones trying to get this on the ground, and Charlie trying to get it on the ground.
So we doubt we'll see stand up and bang, but you never know. Round 1, here we go. Alexander in the blue trunks, Jones in the black.
I think both fighters are equally good in stand-up and ground, so we could see a complete fight right here. Mark Jones throwing some monster kicks.
Yeah, partially blocked there by Alexander, but he starts out on the offensive.
You may block those kicks, but they still hurt.
No doubt. Loaded up the left. Oh, big left kick. And another one.
Charlie Alexander with a great defense, being pressed by Mark Jones, but Charlie blocked pretty much everything.
Yeah, you don't want to be backpedaling too much, though.
Absolutely.
Judges Kevin Haynes, Tony Martin, Jay Davis. They're going to look at the offensive fighters, and there's a nice takedown.
Great combos by
Charlie Alexander.
But then Mark just went in, or I'm sorry, great combos by Mark Jones, but Charlie just waited, got the takedown.
Very patient, took his time. Jones was on the offensive for the most part in that round, and then finally Alexander gets him down. So it's as you expected, Rick. The fight to be on the ground. We'll see if it continues this way. Plenty of time to go here in this first round.
Both guys have very good skill on the ground, so this should be a little chess match right here for them.
All right, you're a former fighter, professional fighter, a college wrestler. What's the strategy right now, let's say, for Alexander here?
Alexander's definitely trying to pass, but he gave Mark a little too much room, and he kind of almost popped out of there and got out.
But he took him back down, so he's back in that same position. So Charlie's trying to accomplish what here?
Charlie's in side control right now, and side control is fighters love to be here. You could rain down punches. You could do, he just got it until he popped out. But in side control, you could do punches. You could do submissions from there. So you could do either or. And Mark Jones just kind of threw him back in guard.
Jones on the bottom in the black trunks as we approach a minute to go in the first round.
One of the things you always look for when you see fighters and how good they are is how comfortable they are on the bottom. And Mark, he's got a good level of comfort. He doesn't look like he's in trouble or nervous about being there.
Both fighters seem to be patient. Both very cerebral at the young age of 22, each one of these fighters, knowing what they need to do.
Absolutely. Sean Hammonds has Charlie coached up very well. Great job with him.
Saw a couple of hammer strikes there from Alexander on top. And again, Jason Wilkerson, the referee, will make sure there's activity. If not, he'll stand him up. And we've had enough, at least in his mind.
Right now, I think Mark is just trying to survive this round, not to take too much damage. Or he's great sweep.
Oh, how about that? The reversal.
I was wrong. Great sweep by Mark. He was kind of setting it up. Looked like he was playing possum for a minute and just flipped him over.
But the clock is his enemy right now, and the ally for Alexander as we are under 10 seconds to go. A little bit more than a feeling out process. A good solid round for both fighters. We'll take a break. Come back with round two. You're watching V3 Fights. We welcome you back. It's set for round number two. Charlie Alexander in the blue trunks and Mark Jones in the black trunks. One thing that needs to be pointed out, Alexander has not fought since July. He's trained but hasn't fought since July. So that could be a factor as well.
I'm not seeing much cage rust on him, but, sometimes you don't get those injuries and you don't have that constant weight cut, so he could be in better shape now.
Good leg kick there from Alexander. He's been training MMA under Lance Patrick and Sean Hammonds at Nashville MMA for 4 years now. There's another one. They will add up. You can attest to that, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You never want to take too many leg kicks around because it slows you down later in the fight.
Jones has been trying to load up that left, and that time he got a little partial part of Alexander, but then Alexander with the takedown.
Alexander waited, and Mark put a little bit too much into that punch, got overextended, and got taken down by Charlie.
So back into the same position we were for most of the first round with Jones on the bottom, but comfortable on the bottom, and Alexander on the top.
Last round, Charlie had a couple good passes, but just got a little out of position and lost those positions that he got. He lost that side control, which is really great, and just kind of tried to flip over too early and got caught in the guard.
What is Jones trying to do here?
Well, Jones is trying to push him out to the side and shrimp out.
Alexander trying to get that arm free.
Kind of looks like both fighters kind of stalemating each other with their jiu-jitsu skill.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if there's a knee attempt there by Alexander, and then he gets flipped
nice.
over.
Oh, he's giving him his back a little too much on that. Mark Jones almost got out. He's slippery. Mark is slippery, I'll tell you that.
And now Alexander trying to get a choke.
He's got a guillotine on him, but kind of a guillotine. It's not very tight, and he's got that arm too deep, and he's not on his neck, so he's just kind of holding him. He's got both arms in, actually, as we change camera views.
Jones is trying to push him over to the side of the cage, and he's able to do that.
Great move by Mr. Mark Jones. Puts him right on that cage. His head, he can't move out of there, and he's in a little trouble right now.
Terrific camera work by our crew here, our V3 crew at Marathon Music Works, right on top of the action. There you see Alexander's strength. He flipped Jones.
He did, but he's in a little bit of a guillotine right now. And if you're in a guillotine choke, you don't want to be in his guard because that's where they can put it, and it's over.
Wow! Over. How about that?
Mark Jones with the strength and the position with that guillotine.
I wonder why Alexander tried to move him over like that. I guess he was just trying to slip out of it.
Well, I didn't think his head – he probably thought his head wasn't in a position where he could get caught that good, and it was, and, he got slipped up and went down.
All the credit in the world to Mark Jones. Was very patient on his back. He didn't panic, and he gets the victory to improve to 8-3. Meanwhile, Charlie Alexander, he falls to 6-3. Rick McCracken will get a few words with our winner, Mark Main Event Jones. So, again, living up to that nickname, the main event. Not a lot of fireworks in the sense of the big punches or that style of fighting, but it was very skilled. You saw the jiu-jitsu, you saw the karate, you saw a lot of impressive work on the ground. Alexander was trying to be the aggressor. Jones laid back, waited, was able to push Alexander into the side of the cage, and then he got him, and he got him deep. Didn't look like it at first, but he was able to do it, and he submits Charlie Alexander. Let's get the official time with Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the V3 cage and Marathon Music Works, we present the official time of 2 minutes, 18 seconds in round number 2. Referee Jason Wilkerson calls a halt to the bout due to tap out via an arm and guillotine choke. Declaring your winner, Mark Main Event Jones!
2 minutes, 18 seconds, the official time, and the man fights out of American Jiu-Jitsu. Mark Main Event Jones gets the win, and now gets a chance to talk with our own Rick McCracken.
Mark Jones, that was awesome, man. I know I came in here what to expect with you. I knew we were going to see some head kicks. I know we were going to see some punches. But I did not expect to see that jiu-jitsu skill, man. Nice.
That's American Jiu-Jitsu right there, man. I honestly didn't expect it to go to the ground. I thought he was going to stay in the tray with me. But I just won my purple belt with that win right there, so that was nice.
Great job. In that first round, you set it up with some good kicks and stuff, and you guys got on the ground in that second one and went back and forth. Then he come around, he flipped around, and he got in there, and you locked that head up, man. That thing was tight. Did you know he was out?
I suspected it. Once it was in, I was in my coach's corner. He was putting it, telling me what to do. I put it on him.
Well, great job with the win. We can't wait to see you back in the cage. Mark Jones, your winner.
This fight, it's Alabama over Tennessee as Mark Jones gets the win over Charlie Alexander. We'll take a short time out, come back with more action.
Right, V3
You're watching
Legion,
V3
it is now
Fights.
time to take a